Hi, I'm Stefanie Wainwright. I'm a wife, a mom, a business owner, and my life is chaotic all the time. So I created this podcast to help you find the funny, the good, while navigating through the chaos. This is Chaotic Compass Podcast. Okay, hey guys, what's up? Oh, I can't hear myself in the microphone. Hang on. Hey guys, okay. Do I got it working now? Okay. Wow, okay. Let's try that again. Hey guys, Stefanie here, Chaotic Compass Podcast. I am solo again this evening. In case you guys don't know, my name is Stefanie. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a business owner. I sit here and I sip and I bitch and I talk about all the things. Today's topic, I am talking about sharing mental load. So I keep hearing this. It's one of those catchphrases, and it's always been around. It's becoming more, talked about. I've seen a lot of people on social media that actually dive into it and how to I just bring it to light. It's more talked about in a good way, because it's mental load it can be a neutral statement, but carrying around a heavy mental load by yourself is not good. It's just, think about a boulder. If you were carrying around a boulder all day by yourself and nobody was even seeing you and nobody was trying to help you, then okay. So what is mental load? Mental load is the cognitive effect involved in managing your work relationship, a family, and a household. They also coined the term of worry work. I've never really heard that one, but mental load. And I've been recently trying to get my husband to kind of see more about exactly what is going through my head. Like, just for instance, we had taken, and God help us, but we had taken all 4 kids to the grocery store. It is getting easier. It's not like they're teeny tiny and grabbing everything. Well, the little one still is grabbing everything and trying to put it in the cart or touching everything. But she's 9 and we're working through it. But when we go to the grocery store just recently with all of the kids, it was one of those nights where I was like, okay, let's do something easy. My husband's like, well, let's do grilled cheese and soup. Let's go in and just everybody pick out the soups. And so I was also trying to get all of the stuff for a recipe that I found for the crock pot, or that I know for the crock pot, and I was going to make that for the next day. So I had to get all of those items because I have it's a reel, and so you have to listen to the guy talk about all the ingredients over and over and over again so I get it. So I was doing that. I had sent the kids, to go pick out their soups. Some of them had decided that they wanted to do TV dinners instead. Apparently, and correct me if I'm wrong, but my kids seem to think when we get TV dinners, it's a specialty. It's a great night. Because we don't do it that often. When we did TV dinners when I was growing up, that was like, Mama's on her last fucking leg and you better pick something quick or you're not gonna get anything to eat. Like, basically, get something that you can heat up in the microwave yourself and leave Mom the fuck alone. And I used to always get these kids' cuisines. Well, Isla had gotten one of those kids' cuisines, and I'm over here looking at this corn dog and fry thing as I'm heating it up in the microwave. I'm like, I used to eat this shit. And it's like, I know why the girl got it, because it had the brownie in it with the sprinkles, and my girl loves some, dessert. But anyways, my kid thought it would, all of the kids thinking this is a special night. Like, ooh, we get to kind of pick what we want for dinner. And everybody kind of went in a different direction. I think Kylie got some Thai. Liam, oh man, I don't remember. Oh yeah. Liam got witness to what instant potatoes tasted like. He had gotten one of those Marie calendars. It was like beef tips and mashed potatoes and gravy. And he was like, this is what they feed people in prison. Okay, I digress. Anyways, we're at the grocery store painting you a beautiful picture. The kids are all in different directions. My husband is in a different direction. It's dinner, and I still haven't picked out what I want for dinner. I literally say to my husband, I was like, hey, can you watch the kids? Make sure the kids are all around you. Basically, make sure that they're not leaving or getting kidnapped. I'm just going to go down to the frozen food section real quick and pick out what I want. I no sooner say those words that come out of my mouth, and my husband, for some reason, he needed to get something else, but instead of making sure that all of the kids are in tow, he just keeps walking. And I holler out, I'm like, yo, look at this right now. Like, this is my mental load. I am overwhelmed because I've not had to watch all of the kids. I've had to get all of the food for the next freaking meal. You're going off into outer space. You're not even listening to what I just said. And all I want to do is pick out what I want for dinner with just nobody around me. Nobody asking questions. I literally had to explain to my son, who's just now turned 11, of what a TV dinner is. And so I'm over here like, this is where I'm at. You need to pay attention to the kids. The kids are on your duty now. You can't just walk away. And he's like, oh, I thought they were behind me. And I'm like, dude, please make sure the kids stay with you. And so it was one of those moments where I was like, wow, I literally had to explain to him exactly where I was and what he was doing wrong. And it was like, this is a lot. This is a lot. And I was like, all we were trying to do was just go in here and get some dinner and go home. We had been through, that was a long day. We had been going to Liam's soccer practice, or no, it was actually a soccer game that morning. We had to be there. The game started at 9. Fucking soccer game starting at 9. It's like I'm not even awake before 9, really. And then, we all went to a escape room this weekend. Talked my son into an escape room. He is deathly afraid of them because he's claustrophobic. Anyways, it went well, but the mental load that I was carrying there of trying to keep him calm and trying to get through the room within the amount of time, and so it was like, oh my god. And so I was exhausted at this point. I literally just wanted to get home, heat up some dinner, pour me a drink, a stiff drink, and keep moving on. And so I was already taxed out, and now all the kids are going in a different direction. My husband is going in a different direction. It was like, wow, what the fuck? And so the steps that I have seen that I'm having to implement, number one, I have to bring awareness to my husband of not only, the load that I'm carrying around, specifically what I'm feeling at that moment, like the anxiety or the stress or the exhaustion, the feeling that is tied to at that moment of the mental load. But I feel like sometimes this is more work in itself, explaining to him, now it's like I've got to process what exactly, why am I feeling this way, what has gone on today, what's transpired. And it's like, I wish he would just see. I wish. And then to the dudes in the back, I know dudes listen to this, or anybody with a significant other. If you are witnessing your significant other stressing out, don't ignore it. That's just going to make it worse, right? Because then they are going to feel even more stressed out, because now it's like, wow, nobody sees me, nobody hears me, kind of thing. And that's kind of where I was. In, to put it plain and simple, it's like, if I've got to explain to you specifically what's going on in my head to get you to see that I'm stressed, is it worth it to me? Is it worth it? it's like, I just want you to just see that I'm anxious. It doesn't, you don't need to know the why. My husband is a why person just like I am. And it's like, I don't want to explain the why. I just want you to see me that I'm stressed out. Just be like, whoa, dude, I got you. I see you. You know? The other thing is the next step is that you're supposed to divide and decide. And this is another problem I have with, because I think I can't remember where I found these steps at. Um, it was like you have to talk about, hey, we're bringing awareness to it, and then it's like, okay, so let's divide that load, and so it's not so heavy for you to carry around. Well, in theory, that sounds great. But when I'm the person that is constantly making a plan and then, delegating the steps in the plan to either my husband, my kids, or me, you know, when I'm the one that's quote, quote, in charge, it's like, that's exhausting. The number one thing that my husband does, besides his ADD, when he says, just tell me what you want me to do. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. That shit fucking irks me. It's like, now I've got to process, okay, what needs to be done, and then I've got to delegate what needs to be done to you, and then some of those things need instructions on how to do them, and it's like, that just makes the mental load even heavier, because now you're no longer an equal part in this. We're not dividing between equally. I'm literally just delegating to you. Delegating is something that you put a task on somebody, and typically that somebody is less than you, like less authority than you. And the only reason I know that is because I used to work at a job and I had to work up, the courage to ask for help, to ask for, hey, can we hire a part-time person to help me? And, they kept telling me, well, just delegate it. And I eventually looked it up and I was like, so delegate means that I'm supposed to give tasks to other people. Well, when I'm the only one in the office on a regular basis and I don't have anybody that's less superior than me, everybody has been here longer, it's very difficult to delegate. So I think we're looking for a different word here. So when I have to delegate tasks to my husband and I are no longer equals. It's no longer we are dividing and conquering thing. It's not we see the problems and we're attacking the problems. It's just, now you are part of my army and I have commanded you to help me attack. And so I was like, okay, if I was me, married to me, I know, go on this trip with me. If I was me, married to me, what would I say to me? And so people with significant others, dudes with wives especially, I feel like I'm preaching to you dudes, this is exactly what you need to say. And I swear it's going to change, and I hope my husband's listening to this, it's going to change your relationship. Okay, I've noticed you have a lot on your plate. I don't always know what to do to help, but how about I do? And then make a suggestion on exactly how you can help. There's no wrong answer here. Just make a suggestion. But because you started it off with, I don't know all of the answers, I just know that you need help, right? Oh my God. Like, just start somewhere. Just throw out an idea. Why is it all on that one person to solve the problems? I literally bitch about this all the fucking time. Why is it my job to figure out a plan for the kids, to figure out a plan for him, to figure out a plan for our business? Why am I always the one that's the freaking project manager for every single aspect of our jobs? Am I better at it than him? Hands down, yes. But why is that always my job? Even when we're just trying to do something on a Saturday, and it's like, who left me in charge? Who left me unsupervised? Who am I supposed to delegate to? What the fuck is going on? You know, I always feel like I'm fucking herding cats, and it's so exhausting. Okay, thank you for coming to my stuff talk. I appreciate that. But I really, hands down, believe if I could just be seen and heard just a little bit more by the 4 tiny humans that we're bringing up into this world and by my husband, I feel like there would be a monumental shift. My oldest has begun to see that. Like just yesterday, it was like she could see that I was spinning, and she was like, just say it. Just say what's on your brain. And I was like, okay, are you ready for this? And then I just started listing all of the things that just decided to become fires when I got home at 5 o'clock yesterday. And it was only an hour, and it was like 7 different things that were on fire. And I put most of them out, but the other one was like, that's tomorrow Stephanie's problem, and I'm going to have to let that burn. You know, win some and lose some. But she was like, well, you put 6 other ones out, way to go. And I was like, oh my god, thank you. I know, thank you so much, I appreciate you. The other thing, and this kind of talks to what I talked about last week. Last week I really hit on perfectionism, and one of those things to help you work through your perfectionism is letting shit go. Elsa that shit. You know, just trying to let go of the control aspect. Your girl has a hard time with that, okay? I have a hard time with that. And my husband said something this morning. It was like, we're trying to figure out, there's some big life changes coming up. And I was like, I don't have faith. I'm not 100% faithful here that you are going to be able to get all of this done in the morning. He's like, oh, I don't know how to get you to believe that I will, but I will. It's not going to look as pretty and perfect as you do it, but I'm going to get it done. And I was like, you're not wrong, but I'm not going to tell you that. It's like, I saw this meme and it was like, my husband do be saying a lot of right shit, but I ain't going to let him know. But the other aspect of it is to, once you kind of get into okay, well, here's the mental load for today, and then you but to have regular discussions. I don't feel like my husband and I really do that a lot during the work week, because we're going in 7 different directions, and by the time we meet back up, it's, you know, dinner time, it's clean the dishes, make sure the homework is done, make sure the kids are clean, and then, you know, put everybody to bed. And then by that time I'm passing out. And it's really hard to find time to mentally unload. I guess that would be the terminology. I don't know what the terminology, but it's really hard to find time for discussions about the mental side of things. We find time for the you know, it's like, and behind me you see, except for that one calendar up there, it still says September, but it's fine. You know, we have all of these calendars. We talk about, you know, I have another one that's colorful here for the kids. We talk about what's up with tomorrow. We talk about the next day's things, or even the same day things. You know, sometimes we'll talk about it in the mornings. But we rarely ever have time to be like, today was hard. And this is why. We don't really make time for it. Usually it's like when the kids aren't here, you know, Tuesday, you know, every Tuesday we don't have kids. It's just how our schedules have worked out with kids. And that's typically the night that we hold just for us. A lot of the times work creeps in, and it is what it is. Like this Tuesday, it was so random. We had gone to a restaurant in Pocosin and just we're just trying to get some nostalgia in, drink some beer, and then go home, and then up and walks Ryan's little brother and his dad. And then it was like, oh, and then now his stepmom's here and his half sister and his half brother, and so it's a whole family ordeal, and so we're catching up with them, and that kind of, ransacked our date night. It was nice to catch up with them, don't get me wrong, but it was like, I was really hoping to use this time to mentally unload on you, but it is what it is. And so, that came this morning. It's Thursday. And so it was literally, I freaked the fuck out because it's like, I don't have time to talk to you, and this is a problem. But it's like, I have a hard time once I get to that like max capacity or it's overflowing mental load. It's really hard for me to take a step back and be like, hey, look, this is a problem. Because at that point, my anxiety's high. Freaking out, and so I don't take a step back, and that's on me, and we all can use some improvement, and that's something that I need to improve on. But anyway, so to recap, go back. Oh wait, no, before I recap, hey, so actually this week, I almost forgot, I'm keeping it in my awesome frozen, it's kind of crappy actually, my frozen cup here, because I had just bought them down at the Kroger. Look at this. Let me see if I can get it in there. Oh, the light's a little too bright. Sunny D vodka seltzer. Yeah, I just bought them, so they were warm, so hopefully it'll be cold. Yeah, that sounded amazing. Okay, so Sunny D vodka seltzers, you guys. I don't know. I'm not a seltzer person. I really am not. I saw this and I was like, yeah, vodka and Sunny D. That's screwdriver. But add the seltzer to it? I don't know. So we'll see. Hang on. It's a seltzer. I don't know what I was anticipating. It literally says it on there. What the fuck is my problem? Why am I surprised? Okay. At first it was like, it's sweet, and then you got that seltzer finish. Yeah, I don't know about that. Also, it says it has 0 sugar. Is that really Sunny D? Because doesn't Sunny D have like 97 grams of sugar in each cup? So, I don't know. Well, anyways, I tried something new. It's not my fave. I do like to try new things. For a hot minute there, I haven't, I was just literally just drinking vodka and tonic. So I got to get back into that. I got this at the Kroger. Usually I hang out in Pocosin and go to Early Birds. It's Early Birds Bottle Shop. They have a ton of different random, really good selection of different beers and wines, and they actually have a growler filling station in there. So definitely gonna have to make a run on them next week and try to stock up on some different flavors and different stuff. It's fall, y'all. I'm in a tank top and it really doesn't feel like fall, but excuse me. Okay, it's seltzer. Wow. Okay. Anywho, it's fall, and so all of the apple shit is going crazy. I did see this recipe for, it's not a cider, but it looked amazing, so I think I'm going to get the ingredients to make that next time, and then I'll post it on my social media. So, your girl is trying to get up with it. I've got a link tree now, so you can find all the places that I'm at. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I am on Facebook. I try to post on a daily basis. I've got my website where all my podcasts are. You can find them all there if you're not cool with the Spotify or the Apple podcast. So, anyways, I don't know if I like this setup. Those of you that are watching on the YouTube here, I don't know if I like this setup. I had to, so normally my laptop is behind me here, and I had to move everything over here because I don't want it to face that way, because that way there's laundry and Ryan's desk, which is crazy. There's my dresser, and so there's shit everywhere. I don't want y'all to see that. You know, I am real about things, but at the same time, the aesthetics have to be nice, and so I don't want to show literally my dirty laundry. So I'm trying to figure out how to make this work. I don't know. I'm working on it. So bear with me with the YouTube side of things. The podcast side, the just audio only, that's not going to change. I do have this cool new mic filter, the little pop filter, so it's really pudgy. I like it. So I'm really digging my setup with this. But yeah, if you've got any topics, if you've got something that you're trying to work through, you know, I have a website with a contact page, chaoticcompass.com, and you can message me there. Or if you're not cool like that, you don't want to do that, you get on the Instagram or the Facebook, you can message me, DM me there. So, yeah, I would love to hear from you. I talk about all the things. I don't have any problem talking about things, obviously. So I usually talk about the things that I'm working through, and hopefully it helps one more person out there, and so you don't feel alone. So today we talked about mental load, and let me recap that real quick. Mental load. Okay, mental load. So bringing awareness to the mental load to your partner, to your significant other. Divide and decide. I'm not 100% sold on that one, but I'm going to push it. Let go of the control and have regular discussions. And then to recap for my dudes, just be like, I've noticed you have a lot on your plate. I don't always know what to do to help. How about I do and insert a suggestion. So that's all I have for this evening. I really appreciate you guys tuning in, and as always, have a great night.